Hi, team. It's Marissa. Welcome to your chair yoga practice. So, I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seated position in your chair, sneakers on for support, and please have water available. It's been particularly hot and humid. I know I keep saying this, but it's always a good reminder to make sure you're staying hydrated. So, something I wanted to start with is the idea of gratitude. There is scientific research that suggests that if you can come up with something every day and take a moment every day to come up with what it is that you are grateful for, that this can help to change the wiring of the brain. It can help to release all the hormones and chemicals in our bodies that are associated with feeling good or endorphins. And it can also assist us with things like anxiety and depression. So it's certainly not a cure, but for such medical issues, but very helpful and can be very supportive. Now, there are some days that this feels really, really hard to do. Some days that you're like, there's a pandemic, the news is crazy, there's tragedy all over the world, maybe I don't feel well physically, maybe I'm having a hard time with something emotionally. It can be really hard in those moments to be grateful and to stop and think about the things that you're grateful for. But it can be a good practice, right? So everything in yoga, it's all a practice. It's not a perfect, we're just practicing. So it can be the most basic, simple thing. I find right now I'm getting a lot of gratitude with my vegetable garden, as I do every time I do it. It's a real connection I have to the earth. And I'm just grateful for every tomato that I pick. I try to thank it. I try to thank the plant, the earth, the sun, and just be grateful in that moment for this food that the earth is giving me. It can be something like clean sheets. You can be grateful for that. I'm grateful for another day of sun, the summer, health, right? Whatever it is that you can come up with in that day, and just sit with it for a couple of moments and just notice if it makes a difference for you. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Can't really say. Some days maybe it does, some days maybe it doesn't. So I want to practice that right now. So find your comfortable seat. Feel your sits bones pressing you into your chair. Take a moment just to kind of roll those shoulders up, back, and down a little bit. Maybe bobble the head a couple times. And close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And I want you to think of one thing, or maybe two things if two things come up, that you are grateful for in this moment. And don't judge them. Whatever comes up, just let them be. And we're just going to take a couple moments to focus our attention on that one thing. How does it make you feel? Why are you grateful for it? And just breathe into whatever comes up for you. And so as we're sitting here, I'm also going to ask you, as you've been focusing on whatever it is you're grateful for today, does it change how you're holding your body? Has that practice changed your breath? Has it changed your thoughts or how you're feeling today? And let's bring our hands to our heart, which is a gesture of gratitude or a symbol of gratitude. Let's take a big breath in, breathing into your belly, your rib cage, and your chest. Exhale from your chest, your rib cage, and your belly. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Releasing the hands down and allowing the eyes to open if they've been closed. So just observing that can be a nice practice. It took us all of 4 or 5 minutes to do. So if that's something that calls to you, that made you feel good, and that's something you'd like to practice maybe every morning or every evening before you go to bed, I would welcome you to do that. So let's sit up nice and tall, starting our physical practice, maybe bringing in some gratitude for our bodies and our ability to move today. Let's start by rolling the wrists, getting a nice stretch into the wrists. And then the other direction. So we're gonna do a little bit of a shorter seated warm-up because I want to do some standing warm-ups today as well. Obviously, if doing them from standing doesn't work for you, you will be able to do them from seated, not a problem. Let's flex and point the hands just like we flex and point the feet, stretching fronts and backs of the wrists. Good to do if you have arthritis, tightness in the hands and the joints and the fingers. Spread apart your fingers, squeeze fists, spread them apart, squeeze fists. Last time, spread them apart and squeeze fists. Good, let's release. Let's rock front to back on the feet a few times, stretching fronts and backs of the ankles, tops and bottoms of the feet. Let's pause up on the toes, hold here, and then pause on the heels, hold here. Pause on the toes, and pause on the heels, and pause on the toes, and pause on the heels. All right, sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up, back, and down, give the arms a little shake, and let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Reach those left fingers down towards the floor to create a little length between the shoulder and the ear. Taking some nice deep breaths here, always staying with that breath, trying to keep the breath as full and complete as possible. Coming back to center and the other side, reaching those right fingertips away. And coming back to center, let's drop the chin to the chest. And we're going to roll the head in one direction. Relaxing your shoulders down. Making sure we're breathing, working out any tightness in the neck. And then let's roll the head in the other direction, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your jaw. And then when you're ready, bringing the head back to neutral. Let's do some shoulder rolls. So working through your range of motion, make sure we're sitting up really tall here. We're pressing those feet into the earth. And then we're gonna roll the shoulders back, getting a nice range of motion here, working at your own pace, no one else's. And then give those shoulders a little shake. Let's do some shrugs up and down. And release those shoulders. Bringing our hands to our legs for some seated cat and cow. So as we inhale, we're gonna roll those shoulders back, take a little back bend to open the heart. And as we exhale, we round the spine, relax your shoulders, chin to chest, tuck your tailbone under. And continuing this movement at your pace, inhaling to arch the back, exhale to round the back. Noticing the movement of your spine here, getting that entire spinal column working. Being careful with that round forward if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, keeping it a very small movement. You don't want to do big rounds forward if you struggle with that. Couple more. Getting that back nice and warmed up. And last one. And then bringing yourself back to neutral. All right, so we're going to take our left leg and we're going to open it out to the side and keep the right leg forward. Now, it doesn't matter how much this leg opens. You can have it right here, you can have it here, you can have it open further. You just want to try to make sure your knee is tracking your ankle. Okay, and we're going to bring our hands and our forearms, if possible, to our right leg, and we're going to just do a little rounding forward. So just nice, gentle, little bit of a forward fold here. Try to keep the length in your spine. And then we're going to come up with a flat back, and then we're going to come over to the other leg, and we're going to fold forward towards that leg. So we're just getting a little stretch into our back and into our hips. And then coming back up to center, we're going to take our left forearm, bring it to the thigh. The right arm is going to come up and over. So now we're getting a little stretch into our side body. Try to relax the shoulder so we're not all the way up here, right? Drop it down a little bit, opening up, couple breaths. Trying to slightly aim that rib cage up towards the sky. And then bringing ourselves back up to center. And then let's bring that leg back to our original position. All right, let's open up now with the right leg. Remember, it doesn't matter where you place this foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. Hands or forearms to the left thigh. Little forward fold. So we're not rounding our back, right? We're keeping that length in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Pressing into the feet, keep that right knee pressing open, and then we're going to come up with a flat back and lean towards that knee, the right knee, and take that forward fold. Lengthening from tailbone to crown, just getting a little stretch into those hip flexors. And coming back up. Right elbow bends, forearm to thigh. Left arm comes up and over, side body stretch. Breathing here. Relaxing where you can relax. And then coming on up to center. Let's bring those legs together. Give them a little shake. All right, nicely done. All right, sitting up nice and tall, we're gonna take a twist. So let's relax the arms to the sides. The palms are gonna face up. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up, create some length. Exhale, rotate the heart over to the right. The left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm either to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, pressing into those feet. Let's bring the gaze over the right shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. Exhale, rotate to your left. Right hand to the outside of your left thigh, bringing that left hand wherever works, and twist. Sitting up really tall. Inhale, sweeping the arms back up. And exhale, allow the arms to float down. Nicely done. So let's come into a couple rounds of seated sun salutations before we come on up to standing. So sun salutations or Surya Namaskara, salute to the sun. Hands to heart center. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to thighs, coming into a forward fold through a flat back. So keeping that length in your spine, use your belly muscles. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale completely. Inhale, we hug the left knee into the chest. Exhale, we press the foot down. Each movement is a breath. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, press the foot down. Cat and cow. Inhale, open. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. So that's our sun salutation. Connecting the body with the breath. You can also imagine a big, beautiful sun, like it's the first moment you're waking up in the morning and the sun is rising. So you can look out to the horizon and see that sun coming up. If that is inspiring to you. Let's move again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Inhale, rising up. Exhale completely. Inhale, hug the left knee in. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, right knee. Exhale, press it down. Cat and cow. Inhale, roll it back. Exhale, bring it forward, round your back. Inhale, sweep up, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. Let's flow one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale completely. Inhale, hug the left knee in. Exhale, press the foot down. Keep the length in your spine. Inhale, engage your belly here. Exhale. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. And returning to our seated mountain pose, feeling your core engaging, lengthening from your sits bones all the way up to the crown of your head. Inviting in an attitude of gratitude. And when you're ready, friends, let's come on up to standing. Take your time to get there. I'm going to move back so you can see me. And we're going to do some of our warm-up type movements, but we're going to do it from a standing position today. Just changing it up a little bit. And then we'll come into our down dog and our tree pose and all those poses that you know and love. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. My feet are underneath my hips. The toes are parallel, so make the number 11 with your feet. I have my right hand on the chair. My left arm is gonna be the active arm. So we're gonna inhale, sweep that arm up, open the heart a little bit towards the ceiling, little back bend. Exhale, we're gonna sweep the arm back, bend into the knees, and sweep that arm behind you. You don't have to do a big bend. It can be a very small bend. Now, before we keep doing this, I'm gonna show you, if you wanna do this from the chair, it would be an inhale, sweep up, exhale, you're gonna hinge forward with the ribs and towards the thighs and sweep that arm back, okay? So that is perfectly fine if you prefer to do this from seated, okay? But try it from standing, give it a go. Let's see what happens, right? If that's safe. Inhale, sweep up, open the heart. Exhale, little soft bend into the knees, forward fold, sweep that arm back. Inhale. And exhale. This doesn't have to be a big bend. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And then bringing yourself back up to center. Now the left arm is gonna come forward and we're gonna open and rotate, twist, and then bring it back. Once again, you can do this from a seated position as well. So reaching that arm forward, we're gonna inhale, open, rotate, maybe bring the gaze over your left fingers. Exhale to close. Inhale, rotate, open. Exhale to close. Use your core. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Nicely done. Release that arm. Now we're going to take a side body stretch a little bit deeper than when we were seated. If you want to do this from seated, no problem. That's okay. Inhale up. Exhale, we're gonna press into both feet, lean in towards the chair, slightly angling the rib cage up, relax your shoulder. Couple deep breaths here. And coming all the way back up to center. All right, give that arm a shake. Nicely done. And let's try the other side. So if you want to do this from seated, please stay seated. If you're using the chair, now the left hand is on the chair. The right arm is going to be the working arm, and we're going to start with our forward and back, okay? Inhale, sweep up, little back bend. Exhale, little bend into the knees. Let your rib cage come forward, arm sweeps back. Now notice here, I'm keeping length in my spine, all right? I'm not rounding. So if you need to come up higher to keep that length, please do that. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring it down and back. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And bringing yourself back to center. All right, let's do our twist. Inhale, rotate, open. Exhale, bring it back to center. Make sure those feet are parallel under your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release that arm. Give it a little shake. And then we're going to inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, pressing into both feet, side body stretch. So relax that right shoulder down, press into your feet, opening that rib cage up towards the ceiling. And coming back to center. Nicely done, friends. Let's take some bigger shoulder rolls now, maybe with a little movement of the legs. If you want to make these bigger with the arms, feel free. Just releasing all that arm work we just did. And then let's roll those shoulders back, maybe inviting the arms to the party. All right, little side to side. Giving yourself that nice big pat on the back. Taking some nice full breaths. Rotating onto one foot and then the other. And slowing down that movement. Coming back to center. Beautiful work. So, getting ready for our downward facing dog. So this time, if it's available to you, we usually do down dog with the back of the chair. If you can, let's try it with the seat of the chair facing us, changing it up a little bit. So, bringing our hands to the seat. Make sure your chair is stable. You can push this against a wall or put it on a mat, a non-slip yoga mat. And then take a couple steps back and come into your down dog. Now, if this is too much and this doesn't work for you, you can, of course, come up higher with your hands on the back of the chair. Okay, see what is calling to you today. This can be nice with this using the seat because then we can do some lunging forward without having to make as many adjustments, I think. So let your head be heavy, let your hips sink back, relax your neck and your shoulders, maybe bend and straighten the knees a couple times, but don't feel the need to lock out your joints. Keep a little softness in your knees. And I'm gonna get quiet here so you can be present in your downward facing dog for about 5 rounds of breath. And when you're ready, let's lift our gaze and then lift our heart and walk ourselves into a forward folded position at the seat of the chair. Making sure your feet are under your hips. We're going to invite a bend into the knees, pressing the palms into the seat of the chair. We're going to step the left foot back. So I'm on the ball of the back foot, bending into that front knee, whatever amount feels good for you. Taking a couple breaths here in this lunge position. Relaxing your shoulders down. Now really press into your right foot and step the left foot forward. And then we're going to switch sides. Pressing into the left foot, step the right foot back. Finding your lunge, trying to keep your spine nice and long. Couple deep breaths here. And then pressing into your left foot, step the right foot forward. Bending into your elbows, trying to keep your spine really long, so we're not doing this. Bend into your knees as much as you need, coming into a little forward fold here. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders. Then we're going to inhale, lift up halfway, come to a flat back. Exhale, bend your elbows and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And inhale, we're gonna come up through a flat back, coming all the way up to center. And exhale, release. Nice job. Feel free to get a sip of water at any time during our class if you need it. And then we're gonna turn our chair to the position we're used to using it. So we're gonna have the back of the chair facing us, okay? Coming into our mountain pose. So taking a moment, fingers maybe on the chair or hands to the side, feet under the hips. Taking a couple breaths here, feeling the length in your spine. So hands to the chair, bending into those knees. We're gonna step the left foot back and we're gonna plant the foot on the floor. So try to gently bring your left hip forward and your right hip back. So we're trying to square our hips towards the back of the chair. You can keep the hands on the chair. Maybe you want to lift one arm. Maybe you want to lift both if that's comfortable for your balance. Warrior one, and we're going to breathe here for 5 deep breaths. Pressing into those feet. Feel your belly engaging, lifting up through your heart. If your hands are off the chair, gently bringing them back. We're going to pivot onto the ball of the back foot, press into your front foot, and step it forward. Take a big breath in, and a full breath out. Bending into those knees, a little soft bend. We're going to step that right foot back, and we're going to plant that foot. Try to gently roll that right hip forward and the left hip back, right? So you don't want to be opening to the side. You want to try to square those hips towards the back of your chair. Make sure your front knee is tracking your ankle, tracking your second toe. And you can stay holding onto the seat or maybe lift one arm or maybe both. Relax your shoulders down. Take some nice deep breaths. If the hands are off the seat, bringing them back. Press into that front foot, come onto the ball of the back foot, and step it forward. All right, nicely done. Shake it out. Take some nice deep breaths. All right, friends, balance poses, our favorite. So let's bring our feet under our hips. I have my left side to the back of the chair. Excuse me, and we're gonna come into our tree. So pressing into our left foot, we're gonna open the right knee to the right. Now, maybe you wanna keep your toes on the floor and practice balancing with most of your weight on your left leg. That is a perfectly wonderful and challenging balance. So if that's calling to you, please do that. If you wanna lift the leg up towards the calf or above the knee, just not pressing into the knee, that's fine too. Maybe you want to lift one arm and keep one hand on the chair, or hands to heart, or lift both, right? Just play with where you want to be with your balance pose today. Finding your drishti, your place to focus your eyes, to help focus your mind. Dharana in yoga, which means concentration. It's the first step of the mind, of focusing the mind for meditation. Dharana. And then let's release when you're ready. Shake out that standing leg, roll the ankle a few times. And then let's try the other side. So pressing into your right foot, the left toes can stay on the floor. This is perfectly wonderful. Or you can lift that foot up. Find your version of tree pose. Make sure you're breathing. And then let's release when you're ready. Give those legs a shake, give those ankles a shake. Take a big breath. And exhale completely. Let's do another balance pose. So I'm gonna start this time with my right side on the chair, just because I'm here. So right hand to the chair, left hand to the hip. We've done this from seated before, but this time we're going to do it from standing. And I'll show it to you once and then you can join me. We're going to bring our left knee in. We're going to open it to the side. We're going to bring it back to center. And we're going to press it down, okay? So as we're doing this, the goal is to try to keep your spine long and try not to let your right hip stick out to the side. That's called abduction when it sticks out. Okay, so we want to try to keep everything towards the midline of the body. Having this hand on the hip can help keep your hips level because you'll feel if that hip is sticking out. Okay, so when you're ready, the left knee comes up. Doesn't matter how high. Use your belly muscles. It opens. Doesn't matter how open it goes. It comes back to center, and then we press it down. Again, up, open, in, and down. Now let's say you're feeling fancy and you want to try doing this with both hands on your hips. You can absolutely do that, but make sure you're being careful. Let's do it 2 more times. We're going to come up, we're going to open, in, down. Last one, up, and we open, we come in, and we come down. Excellent. Let's come to the other side. So both hands on the hips is more challenging. You got to really fight for that balance, okay? So if you want to try that, you can. Just be safe. And remember, when we're using our chair, we're not gripping it for dear life. It's here to support us, and it's here as a touch point, but we want to try to really use our muscles and our balance. So we're not just leaning into the chair, okay? So when you're ready, right hand to hip, press into your left leg. Remember, don't let that hip go all the way out. We lift up, we open, we bring it in, we step it down. We come up, use your core, we open, we come in, we bring it down. 2 more times. Up, open, in, and down. Last one. Up, and open, and in, and down. Excellent. Shake out those legs. All right, let's come into one final downward facing dog. You can do it at the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, doesn't matter, whatever feels better. Bending into the knees, taking 2 or 3 footsteps back, down dog. Letting those hips sink back, relaxing into your neck and your shoulders. Notice the difference between your first down dog when we first came up to standing and this down dog. Noticing difference in your body, difference in your breath, in your thoughts, in how you're feeling, just noticing. And let's say about 5 deep belly breaths here. And when you're ready, lift the gaze, lift the heart, walk yourself into your forward fold towards the seat, bending into your elbows. Feel free to bend into your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, create length. Exhale, forward fold. Use your core. Inhale, come all the way up, take your time. And exhale completely. Nice work, friends. Let's make our way into a comfortable seated position in our chair. Coming back to seated. All right, nicely done. Let's take our elbows. Let's do it this way. We're going to bend our elbows in front. We're going to take our right arm and bring it in front of our left. Now the elbows can touch, they don't have to, so if you're more here, that's fine. And then the hands can touch if they can, they don't have to. And we're going to do a little stretch for the shoulders here. So let's start just by sitting up nice and tall, press into your feet. And then we're going to reach our arms forward, just the arms. Stop when you feel a nice stretch in your shoulders, but don't go beyond that point. Hold here. And then bringing the arms back down. And let's release. Other side. Bend into your elbows. Your left arm now comes in front of your right. Okay, eagle arms, Garudasana. And then sitting up really tall, reach those elbows up just until you feel a nice stretch in the shoulders, and then hold at that point. And release, and let that go. A couple over, under, switching each time which arm is on top. And as you bring your arms back, kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit to broaden through your chest. And then I want you to reach your arms behind you, turn your thumbs down, and then reach back like someone has your fingers and they're pulling them back. So draw your shoulders back, sit up really tall, feel that stretch in your chest. And the arms are more towards the floor, like halfway between being straight down and straight out to the sides. And release, let's bring the arms in front, interlace the fingers, push the hands away, round your back. And reaching over to your right. And over to your left. Coming back to center. And lifting up. All right, let's shimmy ourselves forward just a touch so we can extend our left leg forward. And you can hold onto the sides of the chair or your legs. We take a big breath in. Exhale, hinging from your hips, lengthening through your spine, and coming into your forward fold. Relaxing your neck. We soften into your shoulders, your jaw, behind your eyes. Now, engage your belly muscles, press into your right foot, come all the way up. And let's switch. Pressing into your left foot, extend your right leg, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, and breathing here. Pressing into your left foot, squeeze your belly, come all the way back up. Good, and coming back to center. So let's take a thread of the needles twist. So you're gonna take your left arm, you're gonna bring your arm underneath your right arm. So see what I'm doing here? I have my right hand on my right knee, and I'm taking my left arm and just sliding it underneath. And then I'm gonna just keep sliding that arm and keep leaning forward. And then only coming, so it's an action of both forward folding and twisting, okay? And then I'm gonna come as far as feels appropriate, and then I'm gonna hold there. Now, let's say you want to float your right arm up, you absolutely can, or you can keep that right arm exactly where it is. So we're twisting, we're forward folding, and we're also getting a stretch into the left shoulder. Okay, holding here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring ourselves back to center. Now the left hand is going to come onto the knee. We're going to take our right arm, slide it underneath the left, and we're going to start to fold forward and twist over to our left at the same time. And stopping wherever feels right. If you want to float your left arm up, you absolutely can, or you can keep the hand on the leg. And then coming back to center when you're ready. All right, so taking a moment here, if you would like to take any final stretches or movements you feel like your body needs. On the video, you can always pause it and take as long as you need to get ready for relaxation. So feel free to do that. And then when the time is right, settling into your final relaxation position, whatever that is. And I invite you to bring yourself back to whatever it is you were grateful for today, whatever came to you at the beginning of our class. Taking a couple breaths with that attitude of gratitude. And not judging whatever it is that came up for you or whatever it is that's coming up for you now. Not judging it, nothing is silly or insignificant. It's whatever you feel grateful for. And holding on to that gratitude for as long as it will serve you. And if at any time the mind is ready to be quiet, you can feel free to let that practice go and just sit in the quiet, peaceful space. And I'll call you back when the time is right. And when you're ready, starting to allow your breath to deepen, breathing into your belly, your rib cage, your chest. Exhaling from your chest, rib cage, belly. Inviting in any movements that may be calling to you, any way you want to move. I apologize if you hear that noise. Someone's outside my window with a leaf blower. You're taking your movements. And then bringing your hands to heart center, bringing that gratitude in for our practice, for our time together, for this community, for technology, for allowing us to still connect and come together. May we be happy, may we be healthy, may we be safe. May we be peaceful and at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful and at ease. I am grateful for you and for sharing your practice. The light in me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste. I thank you, friends. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or comments or feedback. I always welcome it. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, be well.